Hiya. Oh yeah. Hiya. Hey. Da hiya. Hiya. Do re mi.
What are you doing?
I'm practicing my kung fu moves. Ha. Get ready for TC Weekly.
Have you been seriously hurt in an accident? Have you been subject to environmental dangers and now unable to work? Are you going through a messy divorce and want what's coming to you? Then call the law office of Ben, Jarvis, Green, and Ellis. We have a full staff of trained attorneys ready to help you get what you deserve.
We specialize in divorce, class action lawsuits, wage garnishment, custody battles, and copyright infringement.
Best of all, we don't get paid unless you get paid.
I went through a terrible divorce, and before my ex-husband could take every last penny from me, I called the law office of Ben, Jarvis, Green, and Ellis. Not only did I get every dollar from my ex, but now he's in jail.
Ben, Jarvis, Green, and Ellis. Attorneys at law.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Pursuit of Epicness, episode 4. My name's Nick.
I'm Ian.
He's Ian. So, last week Ian showed us some cool glow stick tricks, and this week we're coming back with part 2.
Indeed. This week I'll be showing the buzzsaw, which is another basic trick.
But it looks really cool. It took him a long time to learn it, and I was here for all of it.
Alright, so with that said, I hope you enjoy this week's episode.
I hope so too.
Hey everybody, welcome to the second episode of Glow Sticks with Ian. Last week I showed you the basic spiral maneuver. This week I'm going to show you the basic buzzsaw maneuver, which these two are kind of the same difficulty wise. They're pretty easy for beginners like me. I'm not very good at glow sticking, but anyway, so yeah, this week I'm going to show you the basic buzzsaw. So here it is. First we're going to start out by placing the string in between your index finger and your middle finger, and then wrap it around your hand once. This is the length we're going to use to do the buzzsaw pattern. What you want to do is spin it in front of you and try to keep your plane straight. Your plane is the spot where the glow stick will be spinning. The reason why we keep the glow stick at a short length is because when it's longer, it sometimes is awkward to spin and it can get caught on your arm. When you spin your glow sticks, make sure you spin them in split time so it just doesn't look like one glow stick is spinning. Spinning them in split time makes it look like they're chasing one another. If you've accomplished this, then you're doing it right. Once you've mastered all these steps, this is what your finished product should look like. I slowed it down a little bit so you can see it in more detail. Alright, so I hope this segment of Glow Sticks with Ian was also helpful. I had some helpful tips in there for the beginners. Like I said, that was the basic buzzsaw, and that's all I have time for today, so I'll see you next time. Alright, so that was another episode of The Pursuit of Epicness. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It was cool.
Me too.
Yeah. So, where are the links going to be this week? All right. So, yeah, in case you're joining us for the first time and you don't know what those mean, basically, we could always use your ideas, your feedback, your comments, whatever. So send your thoughts to those email addresses and we'll either email you back or maybe we'll talk about it on this show.
Alright. So, yeah, just email us your ideas and we'll go from there. So, we will see you on next week's episode of The Pursuit of Epicness.
Stay epic.
The easiest way to get better at taking tests is by finding out your learning style. Everyone's is different, and what works for one person does not work for another. One of the ways to find out is by filling out a cognitive profile inventory, a type of learning personality test. While there are 4 possible results, sometimes people fall into more than one category. Knowing your learning style will benefit you in the long run by giving you ideas of how your learning style learns best. Make up a study plan so you have a plan of attack. Make a list of all the key terms you'll need to know in your upcoming test. If it's for a midterm or final, and you've got previous tests available, make a note of all the questions you missed on previous quizzes and tests, so you can study those as well. Also, be sure to give yourself at least half an hour or more for studying. Cutting corners and only studying for the bare minimum of time because you don't want to study will have an effect on your grade on the test. To some degree, we all do this. Study for upcoming tests with background noise. For some people, having the TV on or being on Facebook while studying isn't a distraction, but for others, it definitely is. Leave the TV off while studying and stay off Facebook. There's plenty of time for it when you're done. If you're the type of person that benefits from having background noise of some sort, again, don't go for the TV. You'll become more interested in the ongoing plot than in your test, especially if it's for a test you didn't want to study for in the first place. Instead, go for music. If you can, listen to something stimulating like classical music. Try to stay away from anything with words in it. For some people, the words will stick in their head more than the material you're trying to learn.
Alright, welcome everybody to another episode of Disc Golf for Dummies. I'm Tony.
I'm Nick.
And on this week's episode, we're taking a little bit of a break from the outside because, well, it's snowy and cold and, well, we're kind of half lazy too. This week, after showing you a few different ways of shooting and showing you a couple different courses to throw at, we decided to show you how to choose what disc that you want to throw with.
So before deciding which disc you're going to buy, you should probably take a few rounds throwing to see which disc you like better, which one has a better feel. The 4 numbers below indicate speed, glide, turn, and fade. Speed, which is in the top left corner, is the ability of the disc to cut through the air.
The next number, which is in the top right, which is called glide, describes how the disc will maintain its loft during flight.
Turn, which is in the bottom left corner, is the tendency of a disc to turn over or bank to the right during the initial part of the flight.
And finally, in the bottom right corner is the number for fade. This number on the bottom right will show how much the disc will curve to the left once the shot is thrown. Here on this disc, which is a Crow, one of Innova's mid-range discs. This also has the 4 numbers, but they are not in the square as shown on the previous disc. However, the numbers work the same, with speed being the first number on the left, glide being the second number, turn being the third, and fade being the number on the right.
The reason we chose Innova discs is because they're the only company who actually has a full rating on the disc.
And we decided that in order to best describe the discs and how you would like to throw the discs, they have the easiest ratings. By all means, of course, there are other disc golf companies that make other discs, and we felt that if you start with these, find what you like to throw, you can go out from there and find comparable discs from another company. Maybe that might suit you a little better. Oh, if you happen to have some Innova discs at home and you would like to learn what the numbers and ratings for the disc are, if you can find it on the back of the disc, there will be initials for what type of disc it is. Okay, everybody, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something, or you're taking away something from this, that you have at least an idea of what kind of disc you'd like to throw. So, for Disc Golf for Dummies, this has been Tony.
I'm Nick.
And hopefully you have as much fun out on the course as we do. See you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to Breeze Boutique. This week, we are going to cover the golden rules of dating. First off, you always want to make sure you look your best. Whether you're going to the gas station or the grocery store, you never know when you'll run into your Prince Charming. We show our respect with our time. If he's 5 to 10 minutes late, that's somewhat respectable. However, 10 minutes plus with no call is simply rude. Multiple incidents like this show you exactly how much respect he has for you and your time. Always make sure you have good manners, like saying please and thank you. Nobody likes a rude person. Don't offer too much information too early. If you tell all on a first date, it might send him running away. Don't accept requests for late night meetings. If he has respect for you and your time, he will make plans for a more decent dating hour. Otherwise, you know he just has one thing on his mind. It's what he does, not what he says. Actions speak louder than words. Period. You may have to kiss a few frogs before you meet your prince. Don't get discouraged if your dates never lead to anything meaningful. That's what dating is all about. It's about getting to know them, getting to know your likes and your dislikes, and also stepping up on your social skills. Don't worry, your prince is out there. And lastly, if he doesn't talk to you for 3 days after your date, it clearly means that he's not interested. So don't try to go after him. So remember, always look your best. He can be late, but not too late. Always say please and thank you. Don't give away too much information too early in the relationship. It's what he does, not what he says. It's okay to kiss a few frogs before you find your prince. And if he doesn't talk to you for 3 days after the first date, you're wasting your time.
Last week, we talked about healthy sleeping habits. This week, we're going to talk about healthy eating habits, nutrition. I know you're anxious to look beautiful, but you gotta start with the basics. Just like Kobe Bryant dribbling a basketball, you gotta start somewhere. Well, this week we're gonna talk about snacks, healthy snacks. Everybody's on a go these days, in a rush. Here's some great, quick snacks to keep in mind next time you're in a rush. Greek yogurt. It's great because it's high in fiber and protein, which you need to keep you pumped up. Also, when you put it with a mixture of fresh fruits, it can help bring a sweet, delicious, and nutritious snack to any school lunch, or even work for that matter. So, also, take a look at the nuts. Nuts like me, what's up? Anyways, nuts are great because they're also high in fiber and protein. The great thing about it is they will help contain heart-healthy fats that keep your bad cholesterol low, and believe me, people, it's never too young to worry about your cholesterol. Now, when it comes to portion size on the nuts, shot glass size, not the, hey, look at me, I'm in college and I can party shot glass size. More of a natural shot glass is what you want to go for. Third, nutrition bar. Now, there's lots of them out there. Everybody says, look at me, I got the sweet, awesome, best nutrition bar out there. Well, how do you know which one's the best? Here's how you know. You look for bars that are low in sugars, low in calories, and low in artificial sweeteners. What you want to go for? You know it. Protein, baby. Bars that are high in protein is really what you want to shoot for, but make sure it doesn't counteract with all the calories and all that extra bad junk that you get with them. Another thing that you want to look into, hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs, nutritious? Really? Of course, they're only 70 calories. Great thing about them is they are going to contain nutrients that help lower your risk for cardiovascular disease and breast cancer. What's not to like about that? Also, best sports drink in the world, chocolate milk. That's right. Chocolate milk, sports drink, you know it. You want to know why? Here's why. Because they contain a perfect blend of protein, carbs, sugars, nutrients, and everybody's favorites, electrolytes. Yeah, that's right. Out of the foods we just covered, I hope you can find the opportunity to enjoy at least a few of them. Protein, protein, protein. You're going to need it next week. I know you're getting anxious. I know you're foaming at the mouth. I know you are longing to look pretty. But stick with me. We're going to take it step by step, one foot in front of the other. And soon, you will be looking fresh like me. Make sure to join us next week. And as always, subscribe to TC Weekly.
On the last segment of Where's Willie, Willie took you on an adventure through a very interesting place that was full of plant life and many areas for people to explore. Can you guess where Willie was? If you guessed Pamperin Park, you were right. Congratulations! Now, on this week's segment of Where's Willie, Willie decided to go gallivanting around a town that was built around 1835 for the Menominee Indians. Now, since this town is so old, we decided you should see it more as of an old silent film, so just sit back, relax, and try to see where Willie was at.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the newest device to stimulate your brains? Observe the sign of a bad puzzle. He ain't going to solve it. And now he doesn't have to, thanks to this, the Winx Cube. This newest technology is guaranteed to make you feel awesome and accomplished. Observe. That took 5 years. That took 3 seconds. Guaranteed instant accomplishment. It's like the puzzle solves itself. What if you could solve that puzzle every time you saw it?
That would be amazing.
Well, observe this product.
It looks great. I can do anything now.
He's satisfied. Now you can be satisfied too. So get the Winx Cube now and start feeling like a winner.
Warning. The following product may not actually make you feel like a winner, or feel accomplished, or get you married. Sorry.
And welcome to another episode of When I Grow Up. This week we will be interviewing Karen Rousseau, who is a worker in the cafeteria here at TC. She helps with food service and the like. So, please enjoy this segment.
Really, what I wanted to be when I grew up was an entrepreneur, because I used to always have popcorn and lemonade stands out in front of my house, and someday I hoped I could have my own business. Not that kind of business, but any kind of business where I could be my own entrepreneur. My current job title, well, I guess in the cafeteria it would be grill cook. Well, I've worked here 4 years altogether, 2 years when Condoms had it, and this is my second year with FSI. I worked at the eye clinic, and I was a receptionist and the insurance secretary. I worked at a cheese co-op for 12 years doing the bookkeeping. I also worked for in retail at Shopko stores, and then I went into food service. No, my family wasn't very supportive, so they didn't my other sisters even discouraged what they wanted to be and said that wasn't good, you know, so then they didn't really go into what they wanted to either. So they were not very supportive. I really would like to have been a financial planner, and that would have been an uncle of mine, because a long time ago when I was young he used to tell me about stocks, and my first money I had I should buy some stocks with it, certain pharmaceutical stocks, because he was a pharmacist, and that's what I really would have liked to have gone into. My favorite thing is interacting with the customers in a positive environment. My least favorite thing probably would be is I'm only a part-time employee, so I don't get any benefits, and sometimes it's hard to get time off. Well, at one time I was going to college to become a social worker, and that didn't work because by the time I decided the program was full. But I feel like right now with this job and the other job I do, I'm kind of doing social work. So it kind of got to the point where I really was doing something that I wanted. Well, my free time, I guess, I really like to be on eBay a lot, and I like reading finance books. Wow. I can read those from cover to cover in about a day or a day and a half if I'm really interested in it. I guess I would live in Hawaii because this cold weather really gets to me, and I went over to Hawaii for about 10 days and really fell in love with it. And I think just for the temperature, probably I would like to stay over there.
Oh, hello. That is it for our segment this week for When I Grow Up. Until next time, we'll be interviewing another employee from TC. Hope you stay tuned for next week's episode.
Action.
Hey everybody, that concludes this week's episode of TC Weekly. Be sure to tune in next week for all the other great episodes we have to offer, and you'll see what's in store. All right, see you then.